I like to talk a lot about signals, especially unusual ones, and this one's a fairly unusual one. We're here on the Florida Northern Railroad as it slopes down the hill toward the CSX main line, the S line, at Ocala. It's where the diamond is in downtown Ocala right there. This signal here is a fixed approach. That yellow amber signal up there never changes, and the A below it indicates that that's a fixed approach. Now, in the old days, they used to be an APP marker, but I guess now they've just changed it to a simple A. And it's just like any other approach signal that any train crew encounters. It means slow down right here, be ready as you pass this signal to approach the next signal, ready to stop your train. So it's always in approach mode here, and therefore it's called a fixed approach. Now, I don't know why they need a lighted signal for this, one that never changes color. I don't know why the A, a big yellow A, wouldn't do the same thing, but that's the way it is. This used to be a semaphore here a long time ago, and just recently they took that semaphore out and swapped it out with this LED light here, but very cool nonetheless. The first train of the morning was a local, A782, a switcher job out of Wildwood, dropping one boxcar into the Seminole feed mill here in downtown Ocala. I chased him up to a spot I knew on 8th Avenue in order to catch the runaround move. Okay. This crew was working so fast I could just barely catch them getting up here to 8th Avenue where they went. They went up here north of the crossover here on 8th Avenue. Now what they're going to do is, because they're out of Wildwood, they've got to go back south to Wildwood with their train. And so that they don't have to shove backwards all that way. That's 35 miles down there. And so that they don't have to back up all the way, they're going to do a move called running around the train. Now right now he's on the head end of the train, the north end. He's come up north of this crossover here. He's cut off the engines from the train. He is going to pull north to the next crossover, get over on the other track, come back south, come through this crossover up here, and hook on to what is now the back of his train, but then will be the front of his train. Then they'll pull this way back to Wildwood. It's a move called running around your train. So he went up, switched over to track 1, came south, came through the crossover here at 8th Avenue. Now he's back on track 2. Now he's backing onto his train down there. And that is a runaround move. Those guys are on their way back to Wildwood. They're done with their switching stuff up here at Ocala, at least for today. So I thought you might find that kind of interesting. It's July 3rd, and man, is it humid out here in this Florida sun. Let's see what else we can find out here. My buddy John DeVasto, upstream there somewhere, told me that there's a K train coming. It's got UP power on the head. So I'm going to find myself a shady spot and go wait for him. That train got up here so quick, I didn't have a chance to actually shoot what he was doing. The conductor got off. He opened up this switch here for the Seminole Feed Industrial Spur. But this switch, although it looks like a power switch, really isn't. It's called an electric lock. And what it does is protects the main line. When the crew member opens up this switch, it sends a track light out to the signal system. So on the dispatcher's screen, he will see a red track section right there when this switch opens up. And that's all it does. It'll turn the signals on either end over here red so that no other train can enter the territory. It comes in here and causes a problem. But that's what that is. It's not a power switch, it's an electric lock. Okay, I stopped in and had a little lunch. That's done. And as soon as I get in the truck, I hear on the radio, so I'm going to sneak over here to a spot that I know where the S line goes under an overpass. It's a nice spot for this time of day. It's straight overhead noontime sun, so it's not the greatest for shooting trains, but I'm going to get it anyway. Okay, back in the truck now, and I am hearing faint stuff on the radio that seems to be getting stronger, so that's a sign that the train's coming at us. So I'm going to drift on down the road here a little ways, try to find a spot to set up and see what it is that's actually coming at us. That was nice, that CN unit in the second position there. That was a nice little bonus. But man, here at the south end of Santos on the S line, it is hot as the bejesus here on July the 3rd. So I'm going to get back in the truck. Okay, you can see by just the light and the tracks, the wet tracks behind me, that we've been through quite a thunderstorm here. We had just a typical Florida summertime thunderstorm, and I think there's more of them. Yep, more coming. My friend John DeVasto was camped out in Folkestone, and he said that this K819 had 2 UPs leading, so I'm set up here at Coleman. I timed this pretty well because just a few minutes later, there's a headlight down there. Now this crew was calling signals as K819. I couldn't find that symbol on the CSX list, but it's definitely phosphate empties and probably headed to Mulberry and or New Wales in the Bone Valley. Okay, well, this was a pretty decent day out here on the S-Line. We saw the local switching the horse feed mill at Ocala. We saw Q452. We saw an empty ethanol train that had that CN in the trail. And now we've seen an empty phosphate train with 2 UP leaders. And a big thunderstorm came up and cooled everything off. So here on July 3rd, this is a pretty nice Florida day. All right, be sure to like this video if you did like it, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's YouTube/Distant Signal, and we'll see you next time out here on the High Iron at milepost S766.09. This is Danny Harmon, out.